Hey YouTube, it's Sunday.
Why are you such a copycat?
Actually, maybe I should use my creepy voice, by which I mean I don't really have a creepy voice, but hey YouTube, it's Sunday. I was gonna try and do kind of a creepy voice, but I don't really think I can do that because I think the air is really loud, but I'm just gonna speak a little bit more softly than normal because today we're not just gonna do any regular story time or fun random goofy video. Today we're gonna do a creepy video because something really creepy happened to me the other day, and it's been happening to me for years, and I finally came to a conclusion literally 2 days ago, and I'm still really shook about it. So we're just gonna talk about that now. Okay, so a little while back, whenever the Psychic Twins first got big, I made a video addressed to them because they were doing a thing where they wanted their viewers to send them videos and ask for their readings and whatever, and I was hoping to get their help on an issue I've been having for a long time. Now, I don't know if any of you guys watched the video, but it was a while back, and I was talking about the symbol that's been following me around for years. Literally for almost 4 or 5 years now, something like that. Since I was still living with my parents, but in college, and I was only coming home on the weekends, I started noticing the symbol just popping up everywhere and just following me. It started to really freak me out. The first time I saw it, I was laying in my bedroom, and I looked up at the ceiling and I used to do that all the time. I would just lay on my back on my bed and stare up at the ceiling and just think about things. That was just a common thing I did, so I would have noticed if it had been there way before. But I looked up at the ceiling, and there was this little symbol that had been drawn in a pencil, and it looked like, it's really hard to describe, but I took pictures of a lot of the times that I saw it later on, just not the first time. I'm not really sure why. It didn't really strike me as that odd. I was confused as to how it got on my ceiling, but I didn't really think that much of it. I didn't take a picture of it. I wasn't going crazy over it, anything like that. So fast forward a little while, and the image starts showing up again, just in random places. I found it imprinted onto a piece of gum at Connor's college whenever I went up there one random weekend just to smoke clove cigars with them. I found a little metal one in a book. It was in the clouds at one point when I was driving home. And the craziest one, like I said, I have a lot of pictures from a lot of different places where I've seen this symbol. And every time I showed it to someone, they kind of recognized it, but couldn't place it. They didn't know where it came from. I researched thousands of runes, Celtic runes. I did everything I could. Like I said, I reached out to the Psychic Twins because it freaked me out so much. And then one day when I was living with Connor, I decided to go for a run. I do this occasionally. I really like going running. It's just not something I do often, And so I finally decided to go for a run one day, and I gotten ready and I stretched, and it was such a good run. It was one of the best that I'd had in a long time because it was one of the first times I'd run in a while. And so I got back from my run. Nothing seemed weird. I didn't notice any kind of pain in my legs at any point, anything like that. But when I got back and I was doing my post-run stretches and trying to cool down and getting ready to hop in the shower, I noticed there was something on my leg. And that something was the symbol. It had literally been carved into my leg. I have pictures. I will put them on the video now. I swear to God, I didn't feel a single thing cut my leg when I was running. I didn't even get itchy legs and scratch at it with my shoes like I sometimes do, and even if I had, it wouldn't have made that symbol, and it was so clear. In fact, whenever I first started stretching, it was bleeding a lot. I looked down and just saw a bunch of blood, and when I wiped the blood away, it was the symbol. And guys, you saw the picture. It's undeniable. You can't look at that and tell me that that's not the symbol, that's just kind of I'm just kind of imagining. It's not. It's straight up not. It had been following me already for a couple of years at that point, and it appeared on my leg, and it scared me so badly because before that I had kind of a theory. I've talked about ghosts on this channel before. I have a lot of dealings with ghosts. I have a lot more scary stories. If you guys are interested in that, please let me know, by the way, because I have a lot of them, and I would be more than happy to share them because I love it. But I was convinced for a while that, my grandfather, who actually was visiting my cousins sometimes shortly after his death, you know, his ghost was there. Like, there were just things that were just too much like him. Whenever I saw him in a dream one time, which was like him actually visiting me, it's a long story, he was at my cousin's house. And so sometimes he would come and check on us. And so for the longest time, my theory was that he had somehow written the symbol above my bed. Maybe it meant something like that, or like, I don't know. I had no idea where it came from. Like, it was kind of unexplainable. No one in my family had done it. If they had, I was so freaked out, like they would have said something, you know what I mean? And I showed the symbol to all of them and they all recognized it but couldn't place it because they didn't draw it. So my theory was that my grandpa had done it. Maybe it was like a good symbol. Maybe it meant like be safe, be loved, something, I don't know, like a protection symbol, something like that. I don't know. But that was right after I'd been having a lot of issues. If you guys have like been following me for a while, I told a story on my channel a while back about the scariest experience I've ever had with a ghost up until that point, where I don't know what it was, but I saw something really evil and it was like screaming in my head and like literally gave me nightmares, and I manifested something in my room that touched my face later on. I don't remember if I told that story. If I haven't, I'll tell it at some point. But it was very shortly after that, because that's why I was looking so much into things. Like, I was trying to figure out how to protect myself, and I was already researching runes because I wanted to find a protection rune, and it appeared above my bed. So that's why for the longest time I was thinking it was my grandpa. But by the time it got carved into my leg when I was just going on a run out of the safety of the home I was in, I got really worried, because that's not normal. That could have been something demonic. Like, I didn't know what the symbol meant, and like, it used to weird me out, but I was like, maybe it's kind of cool, maybe it's just a cool thing, maybe it's a protective thing. At that point, because it was carved into my leg, like, it felt like a malicious thing. My first thought was like, this is something really dark, this is something dangerous, and it's scaring the shit out of me, and I don't know what to do. And that's when I made the video to the psychic twins. Now, that video I made a long time ago, and I have not done any updates. I've seen it more times since then, and I've documented it some of the times. Some of the times I haven't had my phone or it's been dead, but it's never stopped showing up. It just depends on how often. So, as you probably know, I am living in California now. I'm living in a house that I just moved into on the fly after being scammed out of my housing situation with two people I had never met before. I met them off of Craigslist. It was not the smart way to do it, and I got so lucky, and it was fate, and I love them so much. We were in the garage the other night. It was me and Connor and Allison, one of the girls that we're living with, and she was talking about this band that uses this symbol like on their album, and she was talking about like a tattoo she wanted to get like for that band and incorporate that symbol, and she called it a safe camp. Now, when she said that, I was thinking of like those yellow signs that people put out of their houses that say like safe place, and it has like a little house symbol. So I was thinking it was something like that, and she said, have you ever seen the symbol before? And I was like, well, maybe. I have an idea in my head, but I don't know if that's totally right. And she was like, okay, well, let me show you. So she pulled out her phone and she pulled up this album picture. What's up, guys? I look awful. It's been a couple of weeks since I filmed this video. I was gonna like do a little bit of text on the screen, but I feel like I need to this. So I'm editing the footage right now, of course, and I just realized that there's a chunk of footage missing, which is really weird. I feel like every time I've done any like semi-paranormal video or like talked about paranormal stuff on my channel, clips just disappear. Like this one, I don't know. So I'm just gonna like kind of pick up where it left off, I guess. So yeah, so she showed me the album on her phone, and the album cover, like the entire album art was literally the symbol. Like I freaked out so much. I pulled out my phone. I was like, you have no idea, because okay, she showed it to me and was just kind of like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting this in a tattoo, like I might put it at the bottom of a hot air balloon, blah blah blah, and then showed me the album, and I lost my shit. Like, instead of commenting on anything she had said, I honestly, like, my face just kind of like like I got this like real shook look on my face. I mean, because I was legitimately shook, like not even in an ironic sense. Like, I was so freaked out because this has been following me for years. And again, like, I wish I had all of the pictures of all the times that I've seen it, but that's only a portion of them. Like, it's shown up a bunch of times where I didn't have my phone, or I was driving, or my phone was dead or whatever, and I couldn't take pictures of it. But it's literally been following me for years, like so long, been creeping me out, was literally carved into my leg. Like, it's a big fucking deal. And then she just happens to have it on like this album cover. So I freaked out and I started going through my phone, like just kind of wordlessly, and was like, no, I know that symbol, and holy shit. And like, I looked at Connor and was like, it's it, like it's the symbol. And I started going through my phone and I pulled up the pictures that I have that I've shown on the video so far of like when I'd seen the symbol last, and like showed it to her, and she was like, wait, what? Like, that, yeah, that's the symbol. Why is it showing up everywhere in your life? I'm like, I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know why it's showing up. I just keep seeing it all of a sudden ever since it appeared above my bed years ago, and then like ended up being carved into my leg, which, by the way, I forgot to mention right before it showed up on my leg, like in the few days before. I'd been watching a lot of Shane Dawson, and that was whenever he was talking about that ghost talking app or whatever, and like it picks up random words from ghosts and whatever, and you can't really tell if it does work or not, but like, I don't know, I'd been having a lot of luck with it. Sometimes it was a dud, but like I had been thinking that there was activity and I was just kind of curious. Probably stupid to download the app in the first place, but I did. And I had been like getting some really weird messages. One time I remember I got so creeped out I just kind of like shut the app. Like, I don't even remember what it said anymore, but it said something that freaked me out, and so I closed the app. And then like I went running like a few days after that, or maybe the next day, I don't know. But then it got carved into my leg. Like, it's a big deal. And then she just happens to have it on her album cover. Anyway, back to my non-awful face. And it's not like the band just like drew a little thing, we're like, this is gonna be our thing now because it kind of looks cool. I don't know, like, let's just draw like, you know, a weird symbol and like make that our album art. No, like, it's an actual known symbol, and they used it on their album because they wanted to be like, oh, we're a safe place. Like, and I only even knew about it because she happened to tell me about a tattoo that she was thinking about getting with maybe incorporating that symbol in it. I had never even heard of this band, and she just happened to show me the picture. And I don't know, I feel weird. Like after it happened, I mean, I got this burst of like, oh my god, like, I know what it is. I've been searching for so long and I finally know. And then after like we kind of had the epiphany, I just kind of like relaxed. Because when there's a creepy symbol following you around and you're used to paranormal stuff and really bad things happening because like spirits are fucking bad sometimes, like, and then that just, I mean, it was such a huge coincidence. And like, how did, I don't even know if I believe in fate, but like, that's what that had to be. I don't know. It's just, I just wanted to share this story with you guys. It's not really like a super creepy story. Like, it felt like it was before I found the ending of it, and now I think it was positive. I still don't know how it got on my ceiling. My theory is going kind of back to like my grandpa. We'll see. I don't actually know if it was him or not, but you know, that's kind of where my theory is just like resting at this point. But at the very least, I know it's a good thing, and like, it wasn't like some like evil spirit like carving it on my body to like curse me or whatever. Like, it's a good thing, you know. And like, maybe it's why I've had, you know, such crazy lucky situations like this one, where like I happen to find such a great and safe place at the last minute in a desperate situation. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that like, do you think I'm just going crazy and like the symbol is just like always everywhere and I never noticed it until I drew on my ceiling and forgot about it? I don't know. Like, maybe someone like just drew like a random like X mark and just like kept it together, like connected at one end, and like I saw it and freaked out and saw too much into it. I don't know. I mean, anything's possible. But I am a very strong believer in paranormal and weird supernatural things like that, and they happen to me all the time, and just the pure coincidence and insanity of this whole situation, and then the fact that it was carved into my leg. Like, I'll be the first to admit there have been multiple times where I've doubted it and been like, well, maybe I'm just going crazy. Maybe it's like a sideways 4, or maybe someone like just drew an X and like connected it because they were too lazy to pick the pencil up. I don't know. And like, maybe I just like went crazy and started looking way too much into it. I don't know. But the one thing that always keeps me like positive that's not the case is that it was carved into my leg when I went running. And it was also in the sky, which is a thing, but also could have just been me looking into it. I don't know. It just, what a crazy thing. I don't know. Anyway, that's gonna be about all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't really talk about my creepy experiences a ton on here. I have a little bit, but like, I don't know if that's like something you guys want to see, because I'm more just like, you know, most of you guys are here, I feel like, for like crazy story times, or like, you know, let's get shit faced and whatever, and like that's pretty much it. But I do want to start branching out, like doing some different things. Like, story times are still my shit. Like, don't get me wrong. That's never gonna change, and I am not running out by any means. I know that's always a thing with storytime YouTubers when they're like, I want to start doing different things. Everyone's like, well, she's running out of stories already. I'm not, believe me. I'm dehydrated, but crazy shit happens to me like crazy often. Yeah, like I accumulate stories just forever. Like, I'm never gonna fully run out of story times. Like, even if there's a little shortage for a little while, there's gonna be a plethora at some point. But yeah, I just want to branch out. Let me know what you guys would like to see, because I mean, obviously a big part of this is for you guys. Like, I enjoy YouTube, I do it for myself, I love it, but also, I mean, like, let's be real, like, the reason why I'm making videos in the first place and knowing someone's gonna watch them is because you guys watch my videos. Like, that's the only reason I have, like, a legit reason to make them, aside from the fact that I just love it. But like, yeah, like, engaging with you guys is what makes it fun. And if I do stuff that you don't want to see and like you're bored by it, like, let me know. Like, tell me what you want to see, like, tell me what you want me to do, like, just give me suggestions, you know. I mean, like, I'm open to pretty much any video idea, you know. That's, anyway, I'm rambling on. I don't know. Like I said in the last time that I filmed a video, like, I hate ending videos. I just hate it. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Stay creepy, MeowChiatos, even though it's not even a creepy video. And also, it got so dark while I was filming, and I am starting to get a little bit creeped out, even though I'm not even talking about that creepy of a thing, just like a paranormal thing. And like, it's, yeah. I know you can't tell because I have my ring light on, and like, maybe the lighting has changed a little bit, but like, the sun has just like been going down as I've been filming, and all the lights are off, and it's just, yeah, it's time to turn the lights back on and maybe make some dinner. Jeez, I'm hungry. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on all of my social medias. And the awesome music that you hear in the background of this video is gonna be linked in the description box below, because I give people their credit because it's awesome. Like, it's such good music. I'm obsessed with it, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't put it in my video. I'm gonna go. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. I'm like almost knocking things over, and like, I feel like one of the reasons why I don't want to stop filming is because I'm gonna have to put all of this shit back away that I pulled out for this. Oh God.